So yeah, we get threatened almost every time he drinks, every time they take drugs and stuff like that. Now, through November through December, every day, 24/7, drinking, yelling down the stairs, doing inappropriate comments, threatening us with bodily harm or even death. Same way in January, we had a stereo war because, they had to turn their stereo up. We couldn't hear our stereo, so we turned ours up. Cops were called. Blah, blah, blah. Until February 27th of 2021. That's the night when they were upstairs partying, playing their rap music loud like always, yelling down the stairs about, my daughter sucking his dick and asked me if I wanted to suck his dick, and I said no, but I would love to cut it off and shove it down your throat. So, yeah. And, they had a new thing. He would go down the stairs, tap at our back kitchen window, and run back upstairs giggling like a little 2-year-old. Did that like 3 times. See, the beauty about snow is it shows tracks. So, then, when that didn't get a rise out of us, well, actually it did. I opened the door and he was up on his landing on his back porch, and he said, "Gonna call the cops on me, Miss Callie? You gonna call the cops on me?" I looked at him and I said, "Grow up." And I shut my back door. And, a little while later, I was in the kitchen getting a drink, and instead of tapping at our kitchen window, he was rapping on our back door window. And, running up the stairs giggling. So I ignored him. The third time he did that, he rapped so hard that he broke the window out of our door. Now, at that time, I did open the door and said, "I'm calling the cops." I didn't call the local boys, though. I called the state troopers. Because I'm sorry, state troopers actually does stuff for you. These locals, they don't give a... Well, some of them don't give a crap. So anyways, I called state troopers. And they came. Took our statements. Took pictures of the prints out here at the back window. Took photos of the door. And mind you, the glass is still on the ground floor to this day. Took a picture of the door, took the pictures of the footprints that's in front of the door, and then they went over to his place and knocked on his door, and they wouldn't answer the door. 3 hours later, because they sat right out there in the road, shining their spotlight right on their apartment upstairs, they got sick of it. So they called Daddy Dearest. And Daddy Dearest called Diaperboy. Well, Diaperboy said that he didn't know what the hell's going on. That his father woke him up and blah 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 and stuff like that. And how I know this is because when he started in his crap earlier, I took this phone right here and I voice recorded him. I put the phone in the cellar right underneath his stairs and I just started recording. And that's how I know that he admitted to the Karens upstairs, the Karens that, Karen Jr. and the ones that they were staying with him, that he broke our window. Everybody get to sleep. Everybody get to sleep. Because he knew I was going to call law on him. So, like I said, it took like 2 to 3 hours for him to answer the door. And when he did answer the door, he lied through his teeth. And I even told the state troopers that he was going to lie through his teeth. He tried to tell them that we did it. That we went out, opened our door, stood out on our back porch, and smashed the window. Well, the state troopers didn't believe that. Because like I said, I was recording it. They almost said that you're full of crap. How could they break their own door when none of their footprints matches the footprints on their back porch? So they told, if we come back again, if we're called again from your neighbors, somebody's going to jail. So that took care of that night. They shut their music off, went to bed, and stuff like that. So, but I gotta tell you though, we were, like I said, we were calling the cops at least 3 times a week. At least. Every single time we call the cops when they're playing their music over 10 o'clock, full blast, the cops, instead of going parking up the street like the ones did in June, they went around the corner here, around the horn, and they saw them every time they pulled up to our driveway. So they would shut all their lights off and their music off until the cops left. One night, I had to call 3 times in one night because he would shut his music off and they would, calm down. As soon as they left, their music was back on and it was twice as loud than it was before and stomping all over the place and stuff like that. So I called the cops again. And even the dispatcher could hear the music through the phone when I was talking to her. So the last time, instead of having the locals come, she got a hold of the state troopers. They came, took our stuff, and you could hear the music because they didn't get the chance to shut it off quite yet. But they wouldn't answer the door. Wouldn't answer it. It got to the point that the cops said that if we get another phone call from this house, this address, that somebody's going to go to jail. Okay, so that was that night, and I did call our landlord and told them what was going on. Told them that I called the law on them, and they broke the back door window, and I got it on voice recording, but yet they're still here because they didn't want to take the time out to come to Jefferson County to file paperwork on the diaperboy upstairs. So you know where this is going, right? Since they don't want to do nothing to help us out, me and my husband, Diaperboy and Karen Jr. and all them upstairs seem to think that they can get away with anything, in which they pretty much do. So, anyways, let's move on. Let's move on, okay? Let's see, where are we going now? Did February. March was the same crap, different month. Well, let's go to May. Because May, I put a no parking sign outside in my garden because I made a garden out there this year. and oh, gotta let you go.